At least 40 families homeless in southwest St. Andrew, more murders in Westmoreland, and crime producer killed in St. Anne, while Ricketts wins re-election as president of the Jamaica Football Federation. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. Following a series of fires in Whitfield Town believed to be the work of arsonists, members of Parliament for St. Andrew Southwestern Angela Brown Burke is convinced that the police should be doing more to quell the flare-up of violence that has engulfed the area in recent times. Over the past 2 months, more than 40 families have reportedly been rendered homeless by fires, many believed to have been started by criminals. Brownberg stated that she wants the police to put together an action plan that will restore residents' faith in them. She shared that with many now living in fear for their lives in the surrounding areas, law enforcers need to be more proactive in their fight against crime. She went on to say that criminals continue to plague the communities even with a strong police military presence. Meanwhile, a 21-year-old man has been charged with several breaches of the Firearm Act after allegedly shooting a man in his leg on Wednesday. He is Paul Donaldson of Seaview Avenue, Kingston 13. Donaldson is charged with wounding with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and using a prohibited weapon to commit a felony. Reports from the Hunts Bay police are that about 10:55 p.m., Donaldson allegedly pulled a firearm from his waistband and opened gunfire at a man, hitting him in both legs. The man managed to run to a police military checkpoint where he made a report and was assisted to hospital. He was admitted in serious but stable condition. Donaldson was later arrested and charged, and his court date is now being arranged. A 40-year-old man from St. James was charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and assault at common law after he allegedly threatened to shoot another man during an altercation on March 2nd in Paradise in Norwood. Charges Donald Reed, otherwise called Pam Pam, a tailor of Paradise, Norwood in the parish. Reports indicate that about 10:15 in the morning, Reed and another man had a dispute during which Reed allegedly brandished a handgun, pointed it at the man and threatened to shoot him. Reed then left the scene and the man reported the incident to the police. He was subsequently arrested and charged, and his court date is now being finalized. Meanwhile, over in Westmoreland, police in Westmoreland are investigating the murder of a 50-year-old delivery truck driver and the wounding of another man along the Broughton Main Road in Little London. It's reported that about 11 a.m. on Friday, Bob Isaacs was driving his truck accompanied by 36-year-old farmer Rupert Pringle when they were shot by two men on a motorcycle. Both men were subsequently taken to hospital, where Isaacs was pronounced dead and Pringle admitted in stable condition. Police said one of the alleged attacker is only known as Grabber of a Little London address in Westmoreland. Also in Westmoreland, a man was shot dead along the Hartford Main Road in the vicinity of Petersfield on Saturday night. The deceased has been identified as 26-year-old Romario Grant, otherwise called Dodds, a laborer from the community. Reports from the police are that citizens reportedly heard loud explosions and summoned the police. Upon their arrival, the now deceased was seen lying in a pool of blood, suffering from what appeared to be gunshot wounds to the upper body, and he was assisted to the Sam Lamar Public General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Investigations are now ongoing. Meanwhile, a man suspected of several crimes in St. Anne was on Friday morning set upon and killed by an angry crowd. Police said they have been searching for the man, who was identified as 36-year-old Orlando Coward, otherwise called Theo, from Greywood in the parish. Coward had been on the run since allegedly abducting and raping a 14-year-old schoolgirl from Castle Kelly district near Monique early last Tuesday morning. And it's reported that the child who left home to take a taxi was taken by Coward to his home in the area where he sexually assaulted her several times. The child, however, managed to escape and reported the matter to her parents. She was taken to hospital for treatment and the matter reported to the police. Shortly after 7 o'clock on Friday morning, Coward, who was armed with a homemade shotgun and a handgun, went to the home of another resident, and he reportedly smashed the window, entered the house, and held on to an 8-year-old girl, but the child's mother managed to fight him off and rescue her from Coward. He then snatched the woman's 2-year-old son and ran off into nearby bushes. Residents, however, managed to rescue the boy after an alarm was raised. And sometime after that incident, Coward caused another further panic in the community when he held on another resident at gunpoint during a home invasion. And following this, angry residents confronted him and disarmed him of the shotgun, but he reportedly pulled another gun from his waistband and pointed it to the advancing group. But the defiant group that was armed with machetes attacked and chopped Coward all over his body. He ran from the scene and was found unresponsive a short distance away in a canal. and he was pronounced dead, and both firearms were retrieved by the police. Meanwhile, on Friday, criminals murdered a former police officer and took his licensed firearm in Runaway Bay in St. Anne. The deceased has been identified as Kenute Dawkins, 38-year-old of Bambo in the parish. The incident occurred about 9:58 p.m. inside a Royal Sports Bar on Main Street in Salem, where the former police officer was providing security services. According to reports, the bartender was about to close the establishment when two armed men wearing masks entered. They shot Mr. Dawkins, striking him in the upper body. The gunmen then stole the former cop's licensed firearm and fled on foot. St. Anne is among the parishes with the highest murder rate this year, chasing down St. Catherine, St. James, and Westmoreland. As at March 16, according to the Jamaica Constabulary statistics, the highest is St. Catherine with 35, St. James with 30, Westmoreland 20, and St. Anne close behind with 15. And you might be asking why I did not include Kingston and St. Andrew. The reason is that them is in a class by themselves this year. Both combined have a total, as at March 16, of 74 murders out of a grand total of 223. At this time last year, it was 252, so it shows a total reduction of murders of 29%. On to sports, Jamaica will be without some of their main players when they face the US on Thursday of this week. Noticeable absent will be striker Leon Bailey, who was suspended. Also absent will be Demaria Gray, who was shown a red card, and Shamari Nicholson, who was cautioned in both games against Canada. Missing will also be Ethan Pinnock and Amari Bell, the latter who underwent surgery and will be out for 11 weeks. And these are some of Jamaica's best players, and they're playing one of the toughest teams in CONCACAF, but they will have to do without them. So, in order to compensate, Corey Burke was recalled to the squad, as well as West Ham striker Mikel Antonio. Michael Ricketts was on Sunday re-elected president of the Jamaica Football Federation after beating back the challenge of his former vice president Raymond Anderson 39-17 at the JFF annual general meeting, which was held at the Royalton Negril in Lucy. And after being postponed at the last moment because of a court injunction taken out by Beach Soccer Pat Garrell after they were left off the list of affiliates, Ricketts, who was first elected in 2017, won by a decisive margin of 22 votes with all 56 delegates voting. And from this result, it will be the same old governance for another term for the JFF. And don't forget, the best news and sports takes place on this station. If you ever miss the news, please go to YouTube and type in Jamerican Undiluted News. Listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep it going. And that's going to be news and sports on your favorite radio station. My name is Mikey Bones. Have a wonderful day. I gone.